It's time to investigate a beautiful dark blue by Behr Paint. Let's talk about dark navy, which is technically part of the purple color family according to them, but to me, it's so much more. Whether you're looking at this color specifically, or you just want some paint color ideas centered around navy blue, this video is for you and everyone else watching. Hi everyone, the color code here is S530-7. It's quite a dark color, but it also has enough saturation to it to have a really nice, cool impact in your home. I'm going to get into why this color is special, maybe how to use it with some ideas for your home, and then finally, I'm going to give you 3 color pairings that go with it, and some trim options for your baseboards and your woodwork and your doors. Anything that's wood that you want to paint, I got colors for that too. So dark navy has quite the obvious name as a paint color, which I'm a big fan of. Why complicate things, right? Just nice and simple. The thing is though, navy has lots of variations, whether you're looking at Behr Paint or any other company for that matter. So you want to have a clear understanding of what kind of navy you're getting here. On the Behr website, you can see that there's a color family that's associated with this color, and it says it's part of the purple family. And I think this helps us a little bit because even though I wouldn't say it's a purple, it's definitely a little more purple leaning, or at least indigo, I would say, compared to another navy blue that maybe is a bit greeny or teal leaning. And that's usually the biggest distinction you can make when it comes to navy blue specifically. Is it more purple? Is it more teal? I also think dark navy is fairly shaded as a paint color, meaning there is a little bit of dark gray or black within it to add some weight to the color. And this means it won't be quite as vibrant, I guess you could say. It won't necessarily pop as much, and it may feel a little more moody and dramatic. I suspect this is a color that won't really stand out too much, like a sore thumb in a lot of cases, but also if there's insufficient lighting around it, it may look more like an off black based on how dark it is. We've gone this far and I haven't even mentioned the light reflectance value. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. One thing that I love to talk about when it comes to paint colors is the light reflectance value, better known as LRV. And this is the percentage of light that any color reflects, dark navy included. And this is a color that reflects 7% of the light that hits it. That is extremely low. Any lower and you're starting to get into off black or even black paint color territory. So when you're using dark navy, you got to be aware that it's going to be a dark color. So it's not going to supplement your lighting at all. Your wall isn't going to be any sort of light source. So the rooms that you could easily use it in are powder rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, maybe a really cool office. All that's great. I would say it'd be in your best interest to use this in rooms with good light sources, whether it's floor lamps, open windows are great, obviously overhead lighting, all of that. Or you can just lean into the dark aspect and have a beautiful blue cave. Love that.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
One of the most popular uses for navy blue is on furniture, vanities, and kitchen cabinets. Even if you're not painting all of the cabinets the same color, dark navy would be great as a kitchen island color for just a little pop to help break up the monotony of otherwise neutral cabinets surrounding it. You can also do uppers and lowers too, so just half the cabinets, or accentuate one nice kind of pillar of cabinets that's a little more interesting or different. There's a lot you can do here. This goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Make sure you test this color before you give your kitchen refinisher the go-ahead to start spraying, because you want to make sure that the blue-purple undertone suits your kitchen well. You don't want that bit of purple clashing with other aspects of the space that maybe you didn't expect. Test your colors, okay? Let's jump into some of those other colors that I chose for dark navy. And I think this will benefit a lot of you. Even if you're not using Behr products specifically, this color palette can hopefully apply to you regardless and give you some inspiration. I think when you're starting with such a deep saturated color, it's good to have a nice reliable light neutral to just have in case you don't want to envelop the space with all kinds of bold colors. And light granite does that well. For lack of a better term, this is a grayish, so essentially a combination of beige and gray, which gives you some nice happy warmth and some muted versatility. It's also a 73 LRV color, which means it's way lighter than dark navy, miles ahead on the brightness or lightness scale. A great choice as one of those no-brainer wall colors when you want something much more subtle. Fashion gray is a little bit similar in the sense that you have this warmer take on gray, although this one is much darker than light granite and has a combination of gray and brown rather than gray and beige, which is sort of creating this modern looking taupe color. It's still lighter than dark navy, although I would say it's dark enough that you should be a little mindful about the lighting in the room you're using it in. It is on the darker side of midtones, so just be aware of that. Almondine is the accent color of the bunch, and it's actually in between the other two pairings in terms of lightness, but what we definitely see is an almost intense golden wheat color coming through. It's not insanely vibrant. You're not getting fluorescent yellow here, even though it sort of looks that way next to the neutrals. But I love Almondine's relationship with dark navy specifically. And you don't even need to think of this as just a wall paint color, although you could. I sort of see dark navy being the cabinet color, and then almondine being your fixtures, your handles. I love me some navy blue and gold, y'all. As for trim colors, if you're going with an off-white, I would just pick Polar Bear in this case. Very clean, bright, has a touch of warmth as well, which is always nice. And my dark choice would be Nightclub. Even though my clubbing days are definitely behind me, I would still embrace it in the form of a paint color. It also has different undertones from dark navy, where you'll notice a subtle difference between the two, but interestingly enough, they're just as dark. They both have the same LRV, relatively speaking. Awesome choice if you want one as a door frame color and then another as a door color. It's a great combination. Very subtle, but it's there enough. Here's the palette all together. Let me know what you think. And here's another palette by Behr Paint that I really enjoy. I love these Behr Paint palettes and alliteration, apparently.